Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of An Idiot on Board. I do hope I find you well on this absolutely stunning March spring day. I mean, where has this come from? Where has it come from? I tell you what, for us bikers though, it's been long awaited. On this episode today then, I'm going to be fettling with Teddy. Reason being is tomorrow, so today is Monday, tomorrow on Tuesday, I'm planning on going on a 400 mile in one direction, so 800 mile round trip if you like, on Teddy in order to do something that I think to me is quite special. So I'm planning on, I don't want it to give too much away, but I want to keep you interested. So basically I'm planning on doing this massive trip on Teddy in 24 hours in order to go and see something which I'm hoping will be quite special and hopefully be quite meaningful to all of you guys. The trip that I'm going to do tomorrow is going to be a little bit different to usual. I'm hoping to make a film out of it. I'm going to try my hand at making a short film and see if I can up my editing skills a little bit, and I make like a little bit of a short film based around Teddy, the C90, mental health, motorcycling, the way that it makes you feel, and all this kind of thing. The idea of this has come off the back of this special little thing that I've been doing recently with Gaz from Backroad Tourist. Some of you may have seen it already, some of you may not, but if you haven't seen it already, please, do you know what, if you don't watch this video today and you go and have a look at this instead, then I'm fine with that. It's called the Throttle Therapy Podcast. It's a new podcast around motorcycling, mental health, how bikes help us with our demons and our struggles, and we've just launched the first official episode last weekend, and we just want it to start beginning to grow it and grow. The podcast isn't going to be about me and Gaz. We host it, but it's all about you guys, and we want you guys to get involved. Next week when we do some filming, we've got a guest on for the first time, and that's what we're hoping to do. We're going to try and do it every 2 weeks, but bring in normal people. Just me and Gaz, we're just two normal guys that want to try and help break the stigmas around mental health, break down those barriers, get people talking. We're not therapists, we're not experts, but we just feel that in the biking community there's this whole thing about, generally speaking, bikers being big, gruff, like really hardy people that just don't care about anything. But do you know what, it ain't like that, and we just want to help try and, like we said, break down those barriers and stigmas. But yeah, I'm not going to go on about it too much, but please go and have a look. It's on YouTube, Throttle Therapy Podcast. It's on Spotify, it's on Prime Music, Apple iPlayer, etc. It's on pretty much all of your major podcasting platforms. So please, you can watch the video on YouTube, or if you just want to listen to the audio, you can go and see that, listen to that elsewhere. But please, go check it out, like it, share it, spread it around with all your mates. I'd really appreciate that. Today then, I've got to do some fettling with Teddy. I've got to do some tinkering. He's been running really well since I went to the Dragon, and you've seen the video where I did a few tinkery bits with him, and yeah, he's been running really well since, but there's just a few little things which have been bugging me and causing me issues. So to start off with, every time I went out for a ride, if I did anything more than, sort of 100 miles or so, I was having to tighten things up all the time. I was having to tighten my footrest bolts up, I was having to tighten my tank bolts up, my indicators kept rattling loose, and all these things just started falling to pieces, and it was really annoying me. But when I started looking at him, I noticed that nothing had any washers on or anything like that. So I've been round him, I've tightened everything back up, and I've put split washers in everything. So now here's hoping that he's not going to keep rattling loose. I've had one foot peg bolt rattle loose again since, but the indicators have been fine, the tank's been fine, so it's not all bad. I've also, as you can see, I've fitted a spine rack now. This is going to be fantastic. So I've got my spare fuel, I can put my tool bag here, etc., and then I've got to sort myself out a rack at some point as well. Now, Sam Davies, that Welshman, has got a full length seat, a rack, and a Rickman top box for me as well, which he's gonna sell me, which is fantastic. I haven't got a chance to pick that up at the minute, but I'm gonna have to make do and mend. I've got this death rack, as I call it, but I need to sort something out for that so that I can chuck all my gear in it and get it off my back and get on this trip tomorrow. The other thing I've got to do is I've got to solve a fueling problem. Now, Teddy's been great. He's been riding really great and I've been really enjoying him. But I noticed that on cold, frosty mornings when I've been going to work, I'll like toot along at 30, it's absolutely fine. As soon as I get out onto the faster road and I'm doing 45, 50, it'll be fine for a couple of minutes. And then all of a sudden he'll start sort of having this fueling problem. He'll start going, and it's still kangarooing down. What are you doing? he sort of kangaroos down the road. Oh dear. I'm losing the plot today. Anyway, yes, he kind of kangaroos down the road. And I thought I was getting fueling issues again. I was like, but it can't be a fueling issue because I've got a direct feed into the carb now. The carb's got a filter in it. I've not got an inline filter anymore. And I thought I'd solved it. I then noticed it was sat outside 12 hours all day at work. And then on my way home from work, it rode absolutely fine. Like 55 miles an hour, just off it went. Not a problem. I couldn't figure out why. After doing some research, speaking to a few guys on the forums and what have you, basically I had a thought that maybe I'm getting some kind of vapour build-up or condensation build-up in the carb when it's colder. So at the minute, I've got a big, massive foam filter on there. And in my head, I think what was happening was, basically, as I go faster, there's more air getting drawn in and getting loads of air rammed in through that foam filter. Obviously the air speeds up as it goes into the carb and then it's mixing with fuel atomising, blah, 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 and it's cooling down and it's getting cold and it was condensing or was getting ice build up on the carb. And then I think that was getting drawn through the fuel. So in essence, I was getting water drawn in through the fuel and that's what was making it choke. Because every time I slowed down to about 30, so I wasn't going as fast and not as much airflow, it was fine and it stopped doing it. And then I'd speed up again, a couple of minutes later, we'd do it again. So that's all I could think. And there's quite a few people on the forums that have said the same kind of thing, so that's what I'm going to go with. So if you're having any kind of issues like that, think about the time of day and think about the temperature that you've been riding in and perhaps that's your issue too. So basically, my plan to combat this is I'm going to strip Teddy down, I'm going to get the carb off, I'm going to replace the foam filter with the standard air filter, I'm going to go for a ride, get the carb warmed up and I'm going to rejig all the fuel in. That, obviously you've got to do it when it's warm. But at the minute also, I'm doing about 54 miles to a tank of fuel. I mean, that's ridiculous. It should be doing 80, 90, 100 miles to a tank of fuel. It should be doing way more than it is. But I can only imagine it's because of the massive filter and I'm having to overfuel to compensate, if that makes sense. And then also somebody else said to me, Creature Honey actually, so thank you Creature for this tip. In between the manifold and the carb, there's a little bit of a plastic spacer. I just thought it was some kind of spacer or something like that. But apparently that is an insulator to stop the carb heating up from the manifold. And Creature said it's useless, it does nothing, it's only relevant if you're out in the desert or something like that. So take it out, then hopefully that will help get a little bit of heat into the carb and help with that kind of like icing issue. So yeah, it's not going to harm to try, is it? Basically, before the end of today, I need to do all that, get it all back up and running, do some kind of rack, and then go for a test ride because I'm going tomorrow. Leaving it late as always. Whilst I'm doing all this work, the only things I can use is stuff out of my toolkit that I'm going to be taking with me. If it ain't in here, I'll find out today and I need to add it in, but to be honest with you, I've probably got way too much in here already, but we'll see. That's the plan anyway. Moment of truth then. Let's see if it'll run with the standard airbox on. Fantastic. Seems to be okay at the minute. So what I need to do now is get him put back together, take him for a take him for a ride, and then get the carb warmed up and tune him in properly when I get back. So yeah. See what happens. In fact, before I go, I'm just going to whip round him with a spanner. Just make sure everything's tight. So make sure the engine's tight, make sure the foot peg's tight, make sure the exhaust is tight, and then yeah, nip out for that run. That is my lower engine mounting bolt, and on the end here there's supposed to be a little bit where the spring for the rear brake sits. I ain't gonna be able to. I thought I had a spare, don't I? I ain't gonna be able to get one of those before tomorrow. Shite. I don't know what I'm gonna do now. Fuck. Right, I've put a plea out to the small bike community. Hopefully somebody will have one and I can get one tonight, but we'll see. Do you know what? It's really pissed me off, but it's just one of those things. What can you do? This is why you check your bike, and this is why you do your maintenance, because you find these things, don't you? Oh, typical me. I just leave stuff so late all the time. I've got to stop doing that. Just. Oh no. I don't know. Maybe I can get a bit of threaded bar and just bodge it or something. We'll see. I'll figure it out. But you know what? I'm going to leave it there for now. Keep it short and sweet. Hopefully, next video, I'll see you on the ride. Cheers all. Big love to you. Ta-ra.